Story time while I decorate. I'll be grateful for the day that I'm able to say that this story doesn't affect me, but as of today, it does. This story is really hard for me because I truly love my father, and never in a million years do I ever want to hurt him, but this is my story, so I'm going to tell it. I believe when I was about 6 or 7 years old, my father moved back to his hometown with his new bride. He just failed to tell his bride that he had a child in Michigan and failed to tell me or my mother that he was getting married. A lot of stuff happened in between, but long story short, my mother found out that he had moved. She searched for him in the yellow pages, for people that can remember the yellow pages, and found his name in his hometown because that's where she believed he had moved back to. And she called the house phone. A lot of stuff happened. I'm not quite sure if my father answered the phone or his wife answered the phone, but at any rate, my father flew back to Michigan, apologized for leaving without informing us, but this was many years after his marriage, and then said he wanted me to come spend the holidays with him. So that very first holiday that I got down there, I need to probably say that holidays with my mother was enormous. Like, it was just an abundance of toys and gifts and just everything that a child would want for Christmas holidays. So I go and spend the holiday with my father along with his wife. That Christmas, her mother and her brother had came to visit also. I'm going to say I was in between the ages of 7 and 9 at this age. So get up Christmas morning and I'm waiting for gifts to be handed to me because I don't really know what's up under the tree and what's not up under the tree. So I'm waiting on gifts to be handed to me, and I'm sitting on a couch in anticipation of getting some gifts like any other 7, 8, or 9-year-old would. And gifts are all passed out. My father wasn't woke. I'm sorry. So my father is in the room asleep. His wife, his mother-in-law, and his brother-in-law are exchanging gifts. The mother-in-law looks over, realizes that I don't have any gifts, and she reaches up under the tree and she gives me a package. I tear it open with excitement because, as you know, I've been watching everyone else open gifts. So I tear this gift open up with excitement, only to find that they are basketball socks, like the socks that men make or that they make in for like basketball players way back when, like in the 70s and 80s. They're those tall, like, men's socks. I told you I'm 7, 8, or 9 years old and devastated because I'm wondering, these can't be my socks. So I'm looking all over the packaging like, does this say Ebony or does it say somebody else's name? Come to find out that they were my father's socks. But I think I'm getting ahead of myself. So this was in the age of beepers. My mother called me and she asked me how was my Christmas morning, and asked me what I got, and I told her that I hadn't yet ate breakfast of me and my mother's to get up and eat Christmas morning breakfast, and I had not had any gifts other than these big long socks that were too big for me. My mother asked to speak to my father. I informed her that I haven't seen him this morning yet. He's still in his bedroom, and she told me that she would talk to me later and proceeds to page him. Shortly after getting off the phone with her, I watched my dad come out his room and he threw an envelope up under the Christmas tree and told me, Ebony, you call your mom and told her that you didn't have any gifts. The gift is up. Your gift is up under the tree. So I go to retrieve the gift that he tells me was up under the tree, the only gift left up under the tree that had my name on it, and it was $1,000. Let's reiterate that I was 7, 8, or 9 years old. The malls are closed. Toys R Us is closed. Sears is closed. It's Christmas morning. There is nothing open. No place that I can spend $1,000. I am 7, 8, or 9 years old and truly can care nothing about money. I just want gifts. Now, of course, I would never say anything to him other than thank you and give him hugs and keep going about my day. Later, I spoke to my mother, and she asked me, what did I get? And I told her $1,000. And she was like, oh, it's so, you can get so much with this. And I'm going to take you shopping when you get back home to Michigan, which meant absolutely nothing to me because the malls were closed. I mean, they opened the very next day, but that day I had absolutely nothing. And from that day forward, I vowed that I would never go spend another Christmas with him in my head. But like I told you, I'm a kid. So if my parents say that I have to spend Christmas with whoever, then that's who I have to spend Christmas with. From that Christmas on, I decided that I would stay with my older sister because she was such an amazing big sister. She knew nothing about me. She found out about me pretty much when the rest of the family found out about me. I was a 8 or 9 year old kid, a year older than her oldest child. She did everything to make my life better. She never made me feel different than any of her children. I was welcome in her home. So from that Christmas on, I spent with my sister and enjoyed every single Christmas. Some of those Christmases was better than even spending them at my home. She made sure that probably my father, but she made sure that my father had gifts up under the tree for me, or she had gifts up under the tree for me. I can't really say who purchased the gifts. I just know that I didn't wake up another Christmas without any gifts up under the tree. I have never told my father how this incident made me feel, nor did I tell his wife. However, truthfully, it made me and his wife relationship more estranged than anything, because I just felt like she had to absolutely hate me. Like, who would bring a child, an innocent child, into their home and not get them something? Like, there's something at the end of every register on all the stores. Kmart or Walmart wasn't available back then, wasn't open yet, but Kmart, Sears, wherever she was shopping. I think I forgot to add that she owned a boutique, so she couldn't even purchase something from her distributors for me. Like, it made me feel horrible to know that someone despised me or my mother enough that they wouldn't even attempt to get me a piece of bubble gum for that fact. I mean, I was a child, and she brought a child in her home and got them absolutely nothing for the holidays. I am not telling you guys this story for likes, views, or sympathy. I'm simply telling you the story for awareness. Lack of a $5 Barbie doll up under the tree caused a child to feel crushed and dejected. Kindness is compassion and love in perfect harmony. Kindness is loving yourself enough to love those around you. Kindness is the most important tool to spread love among humanity. Kindness is spreading sunshine into other people's lives regardless of the weather. When you are kind to others, it not only changes your life, it changes the world. Lack of a coloring book, crayons, or even a $5 Barbie caused me to feel dejected that holiday season, along with every holiday season since then. Just please remember to be kind.